Alright, for the long-term builds, a lot of what I might say might not make any sense because I'm not that experienced with cars, so things I might say might be like, oh, well, that doesn't work. So if you guys are more experienced, then please let me know. I'm always open to people helping me out because, again, all that I'm saying might not make much sense. So if you guys have a more reasonable or sensible idea, then please let me know in the comments down below. But pretty much what I want to do for this car in the long term, I don't plan on selling it anytime in the future because this is kind of like my car of experimenting. All the mods I'm doing right now are experimental mods. Like, I've never done any modding to a car, so everything that I'm doing here is pretty much my first of everything. So I believe with that, like, it's really making me build like such a huge connection to my car. So I really don't want to give it up, at least not anytime soon. And because of that, I really want to build this car, at least in the future, into a more race car like vehicle. So pretty much in the future, I want to do a turbo build. I know Road Race Motorsports are probably the only ones to really go to that have a turbo build for this car. I want to do a manual transmission swap. A lot of people might say that it's probably just better off to get a Ralliart with a manual transmission because Ralliarts don't go for that much. But by then, whenever that happens, because again, the long terms that I have all up in the air. I don't know when I'm gonna do any of this stuff. This is all like my official vision for this car. So I'm most likely gonna turbo the car after I do the swaps, but if not, then definitely turbo is gonna happen. But if I can do a manual swap, I'll definitely do that because I think by then it's gonna be time. If I haven't driven a manual car yet, by then I really want to be able to learn. So I want to get a manual transmission for my Ralliart if possible. If not, then maybe I might buy another Ralliart. But actually no, because pretty much when all the long-term stuff starts to come into play, I will have another car. I don't want to do any big, the reason why a lot of stuff that I'm doing for the short term are not big project mods is because this is the only car I have, and if I can get something done within like the few hours that I have, then it's gonna be a pain. I would have to go out and start borrowing people's cars to get me from like point A to point B, taking a bus, Uber, stuff like that. I don't want to deal with that. So by the time that comes that I start doing like long duration mods like turbos, swaps, I'll definitely be having another car just to have something else to rely on. I do want to get an Evo 10 because, to be honest, owning pretty much Mitsubishi's almost all my life. I've had the Eclipse, I have this Lancer, and since I consider it the Evo's little brother, I really want to experience what an actual Evo would feel like with the all-wheel drive and the actual turbo in there. So I believe that would be a very fun car to have. And once I get the Evo, which I'm hoping will be in 5 years. I'm 20, going on 21 next month. So hopefully by the time I hit 25, 26, I can definitely get in the talks of affording an Evo. And this dumb truck is slow as shit, so I need to pass him eventually. But yeah, once I finally get my next car, then I'll definitely be doing the big projects. I don't know who is honking at me, but let's go. So yeah, once I get the Evo, big projects, the long-term projects will start for this car. I want to do the turbo build from Road Race Motorsport, if they're still doing turbo builds for these cars. I want to do the manual transmission swap, if possible, and I also want to rebuild the motor. I did originally want to do an engine swap as well for this car. I want to go for like maybe the 4G63 or the 4G64, I believe. But to be honest, I really, like, that's just gonna be a shit ton of money to do for this car. And even though probably rebuilding the engine will also be everything long term is gonna be a shit ton of money. To be honest, I'm okay with what this engine is. I think after I do a turbo build, or if possible, maybe rebuild the engine, then do a turbo build. But whichever comes first, I think I will be happy with how the car is anyways. So, to be honest, doing an engine swap really wouldn't be necessary. It would be cool, but I can live with the 4G69 engine that comes with the Lancer Ralliart. It's been a lot of fun for me, and again, once I turbo this car, I think there won't be much complaining afterward. And besides, since I do plan on getting an Evo 10, really isn't much of a point trying to go for like insane, well, I really don't want to go for insane superpower, but I don't know, it's kind of hard for me to explain, but it's like, so what? It's like, so what? Like, there's no point really for me to just go and engine swap it. I'm gonna turn on this AC because it's hot as shit. So yeah, whether I engine swap it or not, I really don't care, as long as I have a turbocharged engine, which is why I really would probably just go for just turboing the engine I have now and just be done with it, along with rebuilding the engine, because by then, when all this stuff starts happening, this car might potentially reach close to the 200,000 mile range. So this engine's gonna be going not too well. So rebuilding the engine is definitely gonna be a must. So forged internals and all that stuff definitely gonna be happening for this car. And then turbocharging it, whether before or after. Outside of that though, when I want to say I want to like race, I wanted this car to be like more of a race car-ish thing. I meant that I really want to do autocross. After watching Evan Shanks' videos for quite a long time, I then knew that one of the reasons why he bought the Miata that he has is because he's doing it for autocross stuff. And to be honest, I wasn't that familiar with autocross, but when I started seeing videos of him doing it, I thought that's a pretty cool thing to do. It gives your car a purpose. And I've always been told that because of my heavy foot, I belong on the track. So I thought, why not do a car that's more track ready than what it is now? So once all the long-term stuff starts kicking in, I really hope I can get into some autocross events. I'm not trying to do anything professional, at least that would be cool, but will it happen? Probably not. But anything amateurish I would love to do. I would love to do autocrossing. I think that would be pretty fun. It would give this car a purpose than just being, you know, some turbocharged built car to take me grocery shopping. Like, it kind of makes the build a little pointless. However, saying that, yeah, I'm gonna do some racing for this car, it makes things a little bit more worth doing. So autocrossing is a big plan I have for this car in the future, and I think that'll be a lot of fun, especially when I turbo the car. Now, I do also want to take it to like the drag strips and stuff, just so, you know, I can fully feel that turbocharged power, because you want to be speeding in legal areas like a drag strip, you know, keep it on the track, you know. So I would love to take this to the drag strips as well, but I believe when I turbocharge this car is gonna be hella fun to drive, especially if I can also do a manual transmission swap. a lot of stuff to you guys might not make much sense that I have in mind, because it's like there's a lot more reasonable stuff you can do. But to be honest, I'm still pretty inexperienced with shit. So if stuff that I say doesn't make much sense, then please help me out. A lot of stuff that I'm saying right now in this video sounds like a lot of rambling. I just realized that. But if you guys haven't been subscribed to my channel yet, well, this is what you can expect. But that's pretty much it. Actually, sorry, sniffling, I'm still sick. Same drive. Something that I really hope for this car is I really hope that this car becomes popular along YouTube. Since I don't plan on selling the car, you're most likely going to see this car throughout the entire lifespan of my channel, and I really, really hope that it gets some attention from people like That Dude in Blue. That Dude in Blue is like my goal right now of, you know, attention wise. I really, really hope that one day That Dude in Blue can review my car. If he does, I think that's just like I've reached the top level of one that I want to do. I would also like to enter this car into some shows, because again, this car not being too popular in my opinion, I think it would be great to have it stand out. So I would love to enter this into car shows, and who knows, maybe one day I can get some trophies as well. So those are pretty much my long-term goals for this car. I really do want to autocross this, enter into car shows, take it to the drag strip, turbocharge the car. Whether I engine swap it or not, who knows, but most likely we'll try to rebuild the engine, because by then it's really gonna need it. And who knows, maybe one day I can also do a manual swap if possible. But that's pretty much all my plans, long-term wise, at least for now. Again, all also that I like to say comes off the top of my head. So if there's stuff that I'm missing out, maybe I'll do another video on it. But let me know how you guys feel about my long-term stuff. Is it worth to do all that to my car? To some people, no. To me, it's my car. Let me do what I want. And yeah. Till next time, this has been your boy Taking Heat. I'll see you guys in another video. Peace. Make the ground shake.